The bantamweights at 119 pounds. On your left, Enrique Carrio, 5'7", 26 years old. We'll show you the tail of tape in a moment. Carlos Navarro is his worthy opponent, and quite a discrepancy in the age. Carrio, 26. Navarro, just 18 years old. So Carrio with the greater of the experience. Again, about the same height. Carrio from Santiago in Cuba, and Navarro, a product of South Central Los Angeles. 119 pounds. Third man in the ring is Alota Morrison. Kansas City, Missouri. He is where he calls home, and we're set to go round number one.
Sam, to show you the difference in experience in this, Carrio began boxing on the Cuban national team when Navarro was 8 years old.
Well, Carrion's got a lot of style, and you'll see that early on. Real good boxer, hard puncher, as most of the Cubans are, with that great reach. And it's Navarro's job, fighting as a southpaw here, to just break the rhythm of Carrion, just like Guardado did earlier against Ramirez. And you got to get off first against these guys, Van.
You can't stand back and let them shoot first at you. If you do, you're going to be on the defense the entire night, and you're not going to be aggressive. The name of the game is focus on breaking their rhythm and close up the space between the two boxers. Take it to them and don't let them take it to you.
The coach in the U.S. corner for this bout is Jesse Ravello, and we'll talk a lot about him as we go along with Ravello and Al Mitchell. Certainly two of the 4 or 5 leading candidates to coach the U.S. Olympic team in '96.
They're doing an excellent job working with the United States boxers, not just this team, but the entire cream of the crop of the USA team throughout the states and the various events that they have. We might add, too, that not just the national coaches that are working this event, but in this case, Carlos Navarro Sr., the father of Carlos Navarro, the boxer, has been very instrumental in bringing him to this point. Good aggressive move right there by Navarro.
And like most of the kids in this competition, of course, their goal is to reach the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, particularly meaningful for the American kids.
So far, I like what I see by Navarro. I like it because he's moving forward, and he is becoming the aggressor. He's got to make the most of the opportunity, however, when he gets there. But I like his direction thus far.
Again, it's Enrique Carrio with the red headgear and the red vest. Carlos Navarro of Team USA in the blue.
Carrio now is a 1989 world champion. He won the silver in the world championships in 1991, and he was runner-up in the Goodwill Games this summer. So, wealth of experience once again.
Boy, all the way down the list, too, Ben. Every one of them just has this incredible history already at the tender age of 21 to 25, you know?
Yeah, it's hard not to be impressed, really, when you read their bios.
30 seconds to go in round number one. All of these are 3-rounders. They last 3 minutes each. And the object is to score some points by landing punches in the white area of the boxing glove. They call them knuckle surface blows.
And that's the front part of the torso, from the belt up to the top of the head.
Nearing the end of round one, pretty even round. Carrio might have the slight edge.
All he's doing is punching and moving. He's not going with combinations. He's punching and moving, okay? And he's leaning back, okay? You got to feel the contact.
Navarro receiving its instructions right now from Coach Jesse Ravello. A very unique story in its own right, Sam. Let's give a listen.
Anticipate his shot, okay? Anticipate the shot. Got to keep those hands up, okay? Got to keep the hands up, okay? So you can make your punches a little shorter, huh?
Second round, Carlos. What? Second round is still.
Hey, work your combinations on the inside. Don't just work one hand with your power. Work the speed, just like we work out there. Work the speed with power. Work a combination of speed and power.
Second round.
Tell you he ain't got nothing.
Jesse Ravello was born actually in Havana, Cuba, and it's been his dream to come back and coach against the Cuban team tonight.
You got a counter right.
He defected some 27 years ago.
Came to the United States and has carved out a very fine career in the United States Army, and is in fact a candidate for the '96 Olympic Games, U.S. Olympic boxing coach.
This is round two. We should tell you that the U.S. coaching staff earlier today boldly predicted that their kids would win a minimum. They would be disappointed, they said, if they didn't win 6 of the bouts, which is incredible in light of the fact USA has never beaten Cuba and only once has won as many as 6 bouts to tie.
Pretty nice shot by Navarro just now, and they got off to a good start with a 1-0 in the 106-pound category, and they could make this 2-0 at this point. This Cuban team is a very, very strong team, but as Coach Ravello has so aptly told us, they are beatable, and we've already seen a glimpse of that.
Ooh. Carrion looks like he boxes in 3-punch combinations and gets out. Likes to stick and move.
Pretty much. He stuck that time with a good right hand on the head of Carlos Navarro.
Open glove.
That was an open-faced contact.
Navarro indicated earlier today that he will box Carrion any way that he has to. He considers himself a strong boxer, does Carlos Navarro of USA, and smart, and he thought he could adapt very quickly to whatever Carrion had in store for him. However, having said that, Navarro is 0-2, having lost 2 close bouts to a Cuban by the name of Font.
Valdemar Font, who he lost to. In the Cuban duel in '93, and then again in the Goodwill games this year, but both times it was close. A 3-2 decision and a 14-18 score. Right now, Carrion, I have to tip my hat to Carrion because he's doing something that Navarro does not want him to do. He's keeping the space between the 2 boxers, and he's utilizing that open space. Navarro's having a difficult time in closing down that space. Once again, open face portion of the glove. Caution for that. No points deducted. However, if that common foul happens 3 times, they could deduct, give him a warning, and deduct the points accordingly.
We talked about the 8-year age difference between Carrion and Navarro. Carrion being 26, Navarro 18, and it's reflected in their experience. Carrion's been boxing since 1980, Navarro only since 87.
That was an excellent example by Enrique Carrion against Navarro. Got him going back, and he stuck him with a right. Shoot and move, shoot and move. That seems to be Carrion's style at this point.
He's had a very, very, very strong second round, has Enrique Carrion. Under 10 seconds to go in the round.
And there you see that roundhouse punch, if you will, by Carrion. Open face portion of the glove. That does not count as a scoring blow. It's the knuckle portion, the white-tipped portion of the glove that must land in the scoring area to be counted.
There's the bell, bringing them together for the 3rd and final round of this 3-rounder. Again, identifying the boxers, Enrique Carrion with the red vest, red headgear of Team Cuba. Carlos Navarro in the blue from Team USA. Carrion in control of the first 2 rounds. This is an electronic scoring system. No way at the moment of knowing who has a lead, whether it's a close lead or an insurmountable lead. In an earlier bout, Juan Ramirez appeared to have an insurmountable lead over Albert Guardado. Guardado came back to have a huge 3rd and final round and steal the bout from the Cuban. Navarro would love to do the same thing right here.
And once again, that is possible. Navarro's going to have to work hard, though, to stay on top of Carrion at this point.
For 30 years now, the Cuban boxing program has been run by a man named Alcide Segarra, nicknamed the Professor, and so he has been the mentor for all of these great Cubans, dating way back before Teofilo Stevenson and all the great Cuban Olympic medalists, 24 Olympic gold medalists in his illustrious career, and we'll develop more about Segarra and get some shots of him in the corner as the night goes on.
He is truly a legend. He is the man that has literally developed this program within the country of Cuba. Very respected around the world, as you say.
Navarro continuing to be the aggressor, but Carrion has been so artistic at getting in and getting out.
This has been very much of a counter game for Carrion at this particular juncture, Sam.
Under 1.5 minutes to go in the 3rd and final round.
Navarro's starting to miss with some of his punches, and he's running out of time. He cannot miss with the punches. He's got to move in and get serious right now. Both boxers getting off a few blows in that encounter.
Hello to Morrison, the referee from the USA. There are 2 Cuban referees and 2 from the United States, and they will alternate on every one of these 12 bouts. 1 minute to go in the bout.
Might add, Sam, that Navarro was ranked #1 at the 112-pound category. He's moved up to 119 pounds. This is his first bout at 119 pounds. Carrion seemingly as fresh now as when he began this bout.
What a deal Navarro has. He goes to school 1 day a week, gets all of his homework for an entire week, and then doesn't have to go back again until the next week. But it's because he's away so much and working so hard in his boxing career. This one's about over, and it would appear that the Cubans have a victory, but we have seen surprising voting in the past. 15 to go, under 10, and this one will be history. Enrique Carrion of Cuba, Carlos Navarro of Team USA.
Now, the game plan for so many of the Cubans, as we've discussed earlier, is to be active. Choose your punches. It's a stick-and-move attack by Enrique Carrion. Sticks him, moves out again. Leaves Navarro on the defense.
And once again, for the official decision, let's go to our ring announcer, Ted Sarandis. Teddy?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the red corner, Enrique Carrion of Cuba. Out of decision.
That's going to be the highlight.
Presenting the awards for the 119-pound bout.
And so Enrique Carrion of Cuba has won this bout over his worthy opponent, Carlos Navarro, but it should come as no great surprise, Van, in light of the fact that Carrion has had so much more experience, certainly at the international level and in boxing in general.
A good lesson for the young 18